Yeah, I
Yes.
clicked on it.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right. Hi, everybody. Um, 1 second, and then we get started.
All right.
All right. Hi, everybody. Um, 1 second, and then we get started. Yeah, just 1 second, guys. Um, cool. All right. So, Hillary, I think your screen is yet to share, but in the course of the conversation, we definitely will be able to, get you to share your screen. But you can actually still try. Click on the share button, and then you see, share screen option. Tap
I've,
on it,
But
and
have you
I
dropped
clicked on
the
the share
link
button.
to
So I'm
the
wondering
meeting?
why
Okay.
mm. All right. So good to have everyone
I
on the
clicked
call.
on share.
Um, Let me start off with introductions before we go into the conversation proper. My name is Ben. I work with Binance to lead the community and events across Africa. Yeah, I think we see your screen now, Hillary. Thank you. So just stay put. And
Do you see?
on
Are you seeing
today's
my own?
call, we can see your screen, guys. Just chill.
All right.
So on today's call, we are basically having, an introduction to trading futures on Binance. All right. It's what we call the Binance, the blockchain student corner, where we have conversations with thought leaders around our campuses, to share their experiences, their knowledge around blockchain and how they have literally benefited, from engaging in blockchain-based activities. On the call today, we have Hillary and Vincent. They are, campus thought leaders in across Nigerian universities, and we brought them in on the call to share with us, some of the experiences around trading futures with Binance and across different trading platforms. So today the conversations will be around like 4 5 key areas. We'll be talking about the basics of futures trading, some of the basic functions. We'll be talking about the types of orders for Binance futures. We'll be talking about how to trade futures, and then we might, if time permits, we might do a live session of trading futures, and then we'll talk very briefly on what leveraged tokens are, right? So without further ado, guys, I would like us to do a quick introduction of the two speakers we have today. I'll start off with Vincent. Vincent, tell us briefly about yourself, your the school you represent, your experience, coming into the crypto industry, what you love about the crypto industry, what aspects interests you more, and what you're hoping to take out from this conversation today. So over to you, Vincent. Shoot.
All right. All right. Good day, guys. My name is Vincent Bassi. I'm a student of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, and I'm a crypto trader and blockchain enthusiast. And I love trading futures on Binance. I love trading futures on Binance because of the endless opportunities it offers. So I'm happy to be on this call, and I'm so glad I'll be sharing some insights and tips that has helped me scale through trading futures on Binance. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Vincent, for joining us. Over to you, Hillary. Talk to us about yourself.
Okay, so
Can you hear us? I think there's a network glitch. All right, no worries. I think Vincent, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, sure, I can. I think it's a network glitch from Hillary's side. Once he joins us, he would go ahead with um, his introduction, and then we'll take quick questions. So, Vincent, let us start with you. You're
All right.
going to basically introduce us to the Binance Futures product, and you start by showing us how to open a Binance Futures account, and then you show us how to fund. In fact, I think we should start off with what is futures trading, and then you show us how to open a Binance Futures account, how to fund your Binance Futures account, and then you do a very quick walkthrough on the Binance Futures interface. Is that something you can do very quickly?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
All right. So I think your screen is up right now. You can go to your Binance account and share with us.
All right. So, okay. First off, what is Binance Futures? In a simple or layman's language, Binance Futures is actually a part of the Binance products that allows you trade the financial markets, any direction of the financial market, either ways, and gives you the opportunity of leverage. That is, you can leverage more than the amount of money you have on your wallet to actually carry out and place trades. You understand? So basically, how to open a Binance Futures account is very simple and it's very easy. First of all, you have to have a Binance account. That's the first basic step. You have to make sure you have a Binance account. Then after that, once you have a Binance account, you simply go to the Futures Trading tab. I will not be able to do that walkthrough because I'm using the PC. But if you're on your phone and you're using the app, it's quite an easy something to do. Simply go to the Futures Trading tab. Once the Futures Trading tab quiz, because whenever you come into Binance Futures as a newbie or as a first timer, you have to undergo a quiz to make sure you understand what you are going to do there. It's usually Binance helping you get clarification on what you're about to embark on. You grab. So once you carry out that step, once you've passed the quiz, you can now start placing trades on the Binance futures. So futures is literally like we call it perpetual futures contract because is literally like a contract, and like you're placing a contract with Binance, and you're having your funds. Binance is giving you the opportunity to place a trade with 2x, 10x, and even 50x the amount of money you have in your portfolio or your wallet. You grab. And with that, you'll be able to take advantage of it. You grab. And with that, you'll be able to take advantage of it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right. So basically once you've like I said, once you've created your Binance account, you have first the quiz. Once you pass the quiz, then you can go ahead in um opening a futures trade and the rest. While I'm my second year, can quickly do a walkthrough on the basic on futures trading.
Okay,
Hillary, are you
everyone,
there?
I would like to know if can you hear me clearly? Yes,
Yeah,
I'm here.
sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, sorry about the interruption. Network here is pretty much crazy. So just to quickly introduce myself, I'm Hilary Azubike. I'm the founder of Crypto Hills Academy and the team lead for Blockchain Uniben. Basically, we're out there to help people understand blockchain realities, expose them to crypto-centric opportunities as a means to earning financial freedom, drive social change as well. So basically, we're here to learn about futures trading and to exploit the futures market, know how it works. And my colleague here, Vincent, has introduced us to what futures is. Basically, it's similar to sports. The only difference here is basically that for sports, you buy low, you sell high. You can only trade one direction. But for the futures market, you can trade both direction, meaning you can make money as the asset, the commodity is going up, and you can also make money as the commodity is depreciating. So you can trade both aspects. And sequel to what he also mentioned, you are not actually buying the coin itself on the futures market. On the spot market, you are buying the commodity, the particular asset. But then the futures, you're buying a contract, you're signing an agreement. That's basically what futures is about. So if you have, let's say, $100 and you want to buy a token worth $1,000 on the spot market, it is not possible. But on the futures market, with my 1,000, with my $100, using 10x leverage, I can buy a commodity worth $1,000. So this is the futures. This is the basically the features how do I put it now,
Interface, right?
interface.
Mhm.
Yeah, this feature interface. So we have um from I'm trying to go through the model. We have, okay, we've talked about um basic introduction to features. So next thing here we're looking at, should we look at other types first,
Yeah, so I think
then
Hilary, what I think we can do, don't worry
okay.
about the model, is walk us through the interface. Explain to us what the interface looks like. Just go through the features platform again. Yeah, show us all. Interpret to us what this means. So, assuming I'm a layman and I do not understand anything I'm seeing on your screen, just give me a quick tour to the features interface.
Okay, so I'm trying to navigate. I'll just need some time. Let me buy time with Vincent. Vincent, you can help me with that. Why buy time?
All right, no
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
So, okay. So right here is the features interface. If you're using a PC, this is the web version. On the phone or the app is actually quite simpler and easier there. But okay, the basic thing here, first of all, okay, if you're using the web version or even if you're using the phone, at the top left hand side of the phone, you'll see where you can actually search for any asset or contract you would love to trade on the futures trading platform on the top left hand side. Once you go there, you can actually search for any particular contract you want to trade. Like now, you can see this is the BTC USDT perpetual contract. I can come here and search for the BNB USDT perpetual contract and many others. That's the first thing. And also with that, you can also see the order book. We have the order book here. You can see the order book where you see the price and orders that transactions that are currently going through in the market. Then at the right hand side, you can see where you can actually carry out your orders, where you can place your orders in the market. Let's say, eventually, you want to enter a trade. This is where you go and set your trades. This is where you go and set your trades. Yeah, this is where you go and set your trades if you want to enter a trade on the futures market. Then below, you see if you open the trade, you will see it here on the open orders. You see the orders you placed, positions. You see the positions you're in, you see your order history, previous trades you've taken, you see your trade history, your transaction history, and assets you've traded to. That's basically all. That's it basically. Then also there's another thing here. Okay, Binance gives you the access to trading view charts, whereby you can use it to actually analyze the market before you make certain decisions on the market. Then we also have the where you can see the funding rate. You can see the funding rate countdown here. It's actually very vital. You can see the low and the high of certain price, the whole low and the high of a particular asset or a commodity. You can see the 24 hours volume here and the percentage change. You can also see that too. So that's literally the basic overview for the web version. That's literally the basic overview for the web version.
Great stuff. So maybe stay on your screen, Vinny. Stay on your exchange screen.
All right, all
Um,
right,
could you show us? I know you've already done that, but maybe we take it one by one. Now,
all
show
right.
us where we can adjust our leverage for the futures interface.
All right. For now, this is the web version on PC. If you want to adjust your leverage, simply come to the top right hand side. You can see is close to the type of margin you use. You can see the margin mode. So at the right hand side of it, you see where you can adjust your leverage. Look at it. So you see the adjust leverage feature here, and with this
Hmm.
you can actually adjust your leverage. Like me and my colleague said, the futures platform is like an opportunity for you to trade with more than the amount of money you have. Like the example you made now, if you're having $100 on sports trade on the spot market, you cannot use that $100 to make a transaction of $1,000. But with the futures market, you can try carry out such transaction by using, let's say, probably a 10x leverage now. So let's say I'm having $100 and I want to place a trade here. I can increase my leverage to 10x leverage, and I can place a trade with 10x leverage, thereby having access to trading, having the access to trade with like $1,000. So we can also increase the leverage here, and you can also reduce it here. So this is where you adjust your leverage. Why, if you're using the app, if you're using the phone, if you're using the phone app, is it's quite easy over there. It's quite easy over there. What you have to do is look at the top left hand side of the phone. I'm currently looking at mine. So look at the top left hand side. You can see the margin mode there, like I said, and you can also see the leverage mode there. You can see where you can adjust your leverage there at the top left hand side if you are using the phone. If you're using your Binance app on your phone, you grab. So that's basically it for adjusting leverage.
All right. Thank you so much, Vincent. Hillary, talk to us. Give us an idea. Now we know where to adjust leverage. Tell us what leverage is, and why it helps us. Just like he said, on the sports market, it is difficult to trade with more than you have, literally. So tell us, like, new users, please. You guys should talk to us as new users.
All
What is
right,
the
all right.
Okay.
significance of the leverage?
Okay, yeah. So talking about the leverage, yeah. The significance of the leverage is it helps you, like he mentioned, when you are trading the futures market, you are simply buying a contract, you're not buying the coin itself. So the essence of leverage is to help you buy more than you have. Now let me give a very, very simple illustration. Let's use BNB for instance. Pricing BNB at, let's say, the price of one BNB is $300, but then what I have in my wallet is just $30. With $30, I cannot be able to afford to buy one single BNB, because obviously $30 cannot buy one BNB, which is $300. But with 10x leverage, with my 30 USDT, since I'm trading the USDT margin, the USDT features, not the coin margin features, I'm trading the USDT. Probably along the line, I'll get to explain the difference between the coin and the
Yeah.
USDT, the stables. So when you're trading I have 30 USDT in my wallet, I can use 10x leverage. So with 10x leverage, I can be able to buy one BNB. The same way, with 20x leverage, 20x times the $30 I have, I can be able to buy two BNB. So simply, the leverage helps us to buy, or and it's to help us to buy more of the contract than we can actually afford to buy. You get, so another example is an asset is worth $100, but I have $50 in my wallet. With $50 and 2x leverage, meaning the system will see that I have $50, but with a 2x multiplier, so it sees that I have $100, whereas what I actually have is $50. So with 2x leverage, I can trade with $100 worth of volume. So using $50 that are in my balance, and let's say 20x leverage, 50 times 20, I can buy a token worth $1,000. So that's the beauty of features. It help of the leverage system. It helps you trade or buy more volume than you can actually buy with the normal balance you have.
Yeah, let's stay on
Although,
you, Hillary.
okay,
Yeah, let's stay on you. I was going to ask a follow-up question. I think
okay,
that's basically the idea of the leveraging, right? So
Yeah.
let's ask. I think before we finish the functions of the features platform, let's differentiate between mark price and last price. Talk to us about what the mark price is and what the last price is.
All right. So let me do a quick explanation
okay,
on
yeah. So
what the mark price
basically,
is.
the mark price
Okay.
is okay.
Go on.
Are
Go on.
you responding to that, Vincent? Okay, so
No, no, no.
basically, the mark
Continue,
price is just
Hillary.
simply okay. Yeah, okay. It's like an estimate of the true value of a contract, like it's the fair value. So basically, how the mark price work is it takes the average. I call it the real value. I call it the fair value. It takes the average from several exchanges, right? And that is what is being used to calculate your liquidation price. It's similar to, not this is basically a beginner class, but it's similar to the index price for the spot markets, right? But in the futures markets, you call it mark price. What the index is to the spot is basically what the mark price is to the future. So the fair value of the contract, which is like the average value, the real value, is what you call the mark price. But then the last price is simply the actual trading price. That's what the last price is. So if you check, the price you're actually seeing, the market price you are seeing on your futures account, that's basically the last price. But then the mark price is basically what is used, because it helps prevent liquidation. During the course of the class, we'll also explain what liquidation is. It helps prevent liquidation in cases of high market volatility, or in cases where there's low market liquidity. So you get high
Mm.
price volatility, low market liquidity. So basically, the essence or the difference between last price and the mark price, that the mark price is the average value from several exchanges, is the fair price, and that is what is
Mm.
used
Mm.
to calculate. Because if you had to use the last price, I think it would be unfair. So, and these things to
Okay,
also depend on the exchanges. Yeah.
cool. So let's move on to the next section, right? I will talk about the Binance future order types. Now, before we talk about the types of orders on Binance futures, I think maybe Hillary do a quick definition of orders. What are orders in crypto trading and investment? What are orders and other types? Yeah.
So when you talk about orders, it's simply okay. Let me use the word order book to like explain what orders are, because if you understand the concept. So if you check your screen, you see above you see the red, the several red prices in red for this order book. If they call it order book, then below you see the green, right? The green simply symbolizes buys, and then the red simply symbolizes sells. The people that want to sell, sellers, and then the green represent buyers. So orders basically tells us an interaction between buyers and sellers. So now, if you talk about other types, it simply has to do with ways in which your trades will be taken. Let's say you want to come by, is either I'm using the market order, I'm using the limit order, I'm using the stop limit order, I'm using, okay, if in the spot market, I'm using the OCO, order cancel order. If you check the spot market, you see there's an OCO order there. But the most common ones are the limit order and then the market order. So orders just simply
Mm.
tells us how you enter the trade, how the buyers and the sellers interact. While the
Okay.
order book, it documents the prices for those who are selling and those who are buying. Then at the in between on this finance interface we see here is like the market value, where it takes the average between um the because if you check the sell the what do you call it, the ones in red, it increases above, and why for the ones in green it decreases below based on the orders, right? So that just simply tells us how the order system work. And this interface here, you call it order book, because it shows us the buyers and the sellers. So you can actually place the setting to only show sellers, or you can change your setting to only show buyers. So basically, that's what the order is and what the order book is, and as well as what other types are. So if you want me to like go further to explain, what the
Oh, no,
market
no.
order
Let's
is.
allow Vincent to jump on that. Vincent, talk to us about two other types
Oh,
on Binance futures. Talk to us about limit order and market order. Then Hillary will jump on the other ones.
All right. Can you hear me
Yes,
loud
go
and clear,
ahead.
boss?
yes, clearly.
Hello.
We can hear you, Vincent.
All right. So limit order is simply okay. Limit order is simply you placing the particular price you want an asset get to before your triggers. Limit order is simply you setting the price you want to enter a particular trade. You're setting the limit. Okay, this is the price I want to go long, or this is the price I want to go short. That's what you're actually doing. That's how you take advantage of the limit order. The limit order, you're entering at the best price available. You're entering at the best price available in the market. You're not waiting for the market to come to you. You're not waiting for the market to do anything. You're simply just in like immediately you've made the decision that you want to enter a trade. You're entering the best available price in the market. That's you simply using the market order. Why for the limit order, you're setting the price you want to enter the market. Do you,
Yeah,
boss?
makes
Can
a
you
lot
hear
of
me?
sense. Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you so much for that one. I think there's a lag from your side, but I think we hear you like
All
after
right.
2 or 3 seconds of you speaking. So just don't stress. We'll always get back to you. Hilary, maybe you share your own
Yeah.
exchange screen and walk us through the other types. Do you want to share your exchange screen? Cool. So we have the stop limit order, stop market order, profit limit order, take profit market order, trailing stop orders. Do you want to jump on any of those ones and just tell us maybe for new users what those orders are? Let's start from the stop limit order. Oh, you're muted, Hilary. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Okay, cool. So, my colleague have explained what the limit order, helping you to choose your own price that you want the trade to execute, and then the market is where the best possible price is being. It takes the order picks, and then the stop limit basically is like a conditional kind of order, meaning that okay, this is the stop limit here. So this is stop limit here. So it is conditional. Why did I use the word conditional? It simply means it executes based on a particular condition. So if BTC, most people for most people that probably trade breakouts, like when it breaks out of a particular trend line, or when the price breaks out of a particular like if it hits this so price, there is huge possibility that it's going to attain this so price. So you can now enter the trade that once BTC hits $39,800, place this trade for me at $40,000. So in that case, the $39,800 becomes the trigger, while the $40,000 is where you are placing your trade. This is only possible with the stop limit order. It is conditional. Then you have the take profit limit order. Now, take profit is basically now when you enter a trade, for a good trader, there are basically three things in mind. The first is the price at which you enter the trade. The second is your take profits. Let's say I'm choosing to long BNB at the price of 300 and I want to take profit at 400. That 400 is called my take profits. You call it take profits, right? And then the next thing we have is take profit market order. Now there are two ways you take profit. Either you take profit using the limit order. That's when you choose, okay, take this sell off for me at 400, or you come onto the platform where your trade is already running, and the next thing is you exit by yourself, like you just exit manually. That is, so it executes based on the best market price available. That is the limit. We call it the take profit market order. So anything market, you are not the one choosing the price when it comes to the market order. But with the limits, anytime you see limit, it gives you an opportunity to make your own choice, whether you are selling or whether you are buying. So that's the essence of the stop limits, the take profit limit order, the stop limit order, the limits, and the market
Yeah,
order.
yeah. Please talk a little on trailing stop order.
Okay, now when you talk about trailing stop order, this is the trailing stop order. When you come here, this is the trailing stop. Now, the beauty of the trailing stop is it helps you hedge your profits. So, this is the essence of trailing stop, and this is how it works. So, you see, you can actually choose your percentage, you can choose the price, and you can choose the amount of BTC you want to buy depending on your leverage and your margin. So, now The essence of trailing stop is, if I want to use an like tell a story, because story help us understand these things better. If you enter a trade and you're already on, let's say, 20% profits, you can place your percentage on the trailing stop order such that it will lock your profits at 5%. So it means that if I'm on 20% profits and the price of the coin goes down by 5%, so I'll exit with 50% profit. The beauty of this is there are certain times where you might enter a trade and you know that if this trade, which probably I'm on 20% profits, if it goes down by, if it goes to 15% profit, that means if it depreciates by 5% on my unrealized PNL, what happens is that I could lose my capital or I could break even if my stop loss is the same thing as my entry price. So the essence of trading stop loss is to help us hedge your profits so that you not lose all of your profits, you not lose your capital. So that's the beauty of trailing, the trailing order.
Great, great stuff. So, in other words, if you have not, if you placed a target on a trade and said, okay, I want to take profits from this trade when the price gets to a particular point, and maybe the price you are in profit already, but you are not
Yes,
in the profit you had initially set for yourself. You can adjust your stop loss either to the point where you enter the trade or somewhere above to take some profit. So majorly
yes,
what it means is that if for any reason the price retraces back to the new stop loss or the new stop point, then you are basically trailing your losses. You are reducing the possible losses you would have made if you had left it as you initially set the order. So it's
exactly.
basically most of these trading activities are built on consistency, practice, looking at the charts, understanding what it means, and understanding how to jump in and jump out at the right times. Let me throw this question open, right? It's about the futures calculator. Who would like to jump on this to explain how the calculator works?
I love I love the calculator, so I think I would like to
Sure,
jump into that.
please do.
Okay, so now this is the beauty of one of the things I talk about when I talk about trading. You have the fundamental analysis, you have the technical analysis, then you have risk management. So, what the best tool for risk management is the futures calculator when you are trading the derivative market. Now, this is the futures calculator. Let me show you how I went to this place. So, you come to um, under these other types, by the right of my screen, you see the calculator, you click on it. Now you have under the calculator, you have your PNL, you have your target price, you have your liquidation price, you have your max open, you have your open price. These are the functions, these are the features of the futures calculator. Now, simply, futures calculator helps you to know what your liquidation price is. Now, your liquidation price is when your maintenance margin. I mean, okay, let me just quickly do a little brief. Your initial margin is the amount of money you are using to enter the trade. That's like your margin. Then you have your maintenance margin. Your maintenance margin is simply how much is needed to help you stay in that trade. Is like I like to call it like your collateral. So if no, let me not call it collateral. If your maintenance margin, which is how much that is expected for your trade to be running, if it is below your collateral, then you'll be liquidated on that trade. So that's what maintenance margin is. So the essence of futures calculator, it helps you to know if the trade is worth it. Then two, with your futures calculator, you can be able to evaluate your risk to reward ratio, right? So let's look at it. Now let's start with the PNL feature. So under the PNL, you have long and you have short. You have below the long and the short. Long is basically I want to enter a trade, So that's what the long is. Then short is I want to short it. Like I'm predicting that this the price of this particular commodity I'm trading or asset I'm trading is going to go down. It's going to depreciate. Then I short the position. Below you have the leverage. Now the leverage is dependent on your margin, you know, and basically the higher the leverage, the higher the risks. So you have 1x, 25x, up to 125x leverage. Then below, let me use long. Below you have your entry price. Entry price is the price at which you are buying, at which you are entering, at which you are taking that trade. So let's say the current price of BTC is $38,000. So I can choose to enter at 38,500. That's my entry price. So if I'm longing, it simply means that I expect um exit price to be at a price higher than the 38,500, which is my entry. So in that case, I could choose maybe $42,000. That is my exit. Now, this is the quantity. Quantity is simply once you are placing a trade based on your futures balance, based on your wallets, that determines, and your leverage that determines the quantity. Let's take an example. Let's see how much ROI we're going to get. So if I'm longing BTC, I want to long BTC at $38,000, and I want to exit my long position at $40,000. If I'm using, I prefer to use very low leverage because of my risk appetite. My greed appetite is okay, 10x leverage. And let's say, I hope this will calculate because of my, I don't think it's my wallet is funded. So let's say I'm trading 0. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Now, this is just simply what it is in summary. I'm entering this position at $38,000. That's the price of BTC at which I'm longing. And I'm exiting at $40,000. So this is the quantity 0.5 BTC. And I've clicked on calculate. Look at the results by the right hand side of my screen. So initial margin, it means that I entered this trade with $1,900. That's the initial margin. And then my PNL, which is my profit and loss, is an acronym that stands for profit and loss, is $1,000. So by calculation, my profit here in percentage is 52%. So if you check it, 52% of $1,900 is $1,000. So that's the beauty of futures calculator. It helps you know, okay, in this case, you cannot calculate your risk to reward, and it helps you know if the trade is worth it. The next thing you have is your target price. Let's say I'm entering at $38,000. I'll use $38,000 for BTC, and I want to make 52% profits. Sometimes my time trade because okay, I'm targeting maybe around 20%, 30%, 100% profit. So I'll need to know at what price would that asset get to give me the expected percentage that I want. So if you click on calculate, see the answer is $38,988, which is actually $40,000. So the beauty of the features calculator, it helps you know the profits in percentage. It helps you no, okay, this is another feature. Let's look at the liquidation price. This is another thing that is very important. We have your one-way mode, whether you're using the one-way mode or you're using the hedge mode. We'll get to talk about the differences, the disparity between the one-way mode and the hedge mode. But let me just use one-way mode because that's the default. So if I think I'll just stop here. But the idea is for us to understand what the features calculator is. If probably that's what you get to understand, then this can actually help you a lot in making good trading decisions. So your liquidation price. So if okay, now in this case my balance is just 4 USDT here. I will have funded my account. If I'm to enter a trade, let's say enter at $38,000, for instance, which I'm actually still using. I'm going to stick to that. And then because of my balance, I'm not sure this will go through, but the essence of liquidation price is my entry price after imputing your entry price and the quantity of BTC you are trading, right? With your balance, if you click on calculate, it tells you the price at which your trade would terminate. That is called your liquidation price. That is when your maintenance margin goes lower than your collateral. So if my collateral is maybe I'm trading with $2,000. Okay, let me use $1,900 like it's here. So if I'm trading $1,900 and I'm longing, I entered at $38,000. My liquidation price would probably be um around 36,000 thereabouts. This could not calculate because my account is not funded. But the essence is, in summary, is with your futures calculator, you know when your liquidation price would be. You know, you can be able to target your price. You can know what the target price is if you are probably wanting to make 30%, 40% profit. So at what price
Mm.
would that asset get to? So if I'm to print out 20%, 30%, 40%, 100% profits, I think I have been able to do justice to that.
Wow, I think makes a lot of sense. Hearing from you again. Thank you so much, Hillary, for that one.
Yes, my
Because
pleasure.
if you can understand, if you have a great understanding of how the futures calculator works, it is easy for you to see possible outcomes of your intended trade actions, right? So if I take a trade action that I've vetted via the calculator, I know that if let's say I took a long order, predicting that the price will go up, I know I can easily see the position where the my trade will become invalidated, right? My trade will become kind of like I'll be liquidated from the market, right? So the calculator helps you to look at possible positions, possible outcomes, before you take a trading action. We always encourage new users to familiarize with the trading tools before they even begin to take let's call them signals, because someone might give you a signal that might be valid for a few minutes, and you went to enter the position maybe just after the setup had been completed, or just after the signal had run its course. You might be entering an invalid signal. But if you are able to look at the market, look at the calculator, and put in the right parameters, you see whether or not this is a good trade to take. I think we'll take a few more of the questions around futures. We cannot exhaust everything about the futures product, right? But we'll definitely try our best to take as much as is needed for the new users. Now, Hillary, I want you to show us. Let me go to Vincent. Vincent, show us, the market pair for futures trading. We've been talking about trading futures, but we need to be able to select. Let me share your screen. You need to be able to select, to find where to select the pairs. So, what pairs are available to trade futures on Binance? Great. Hold on, Vincent. I think you're muted. Let me unmute you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead now,
Okay, can
Vincent.
you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
All right. When it comes to trading futures on Binance, how you can spot the pairs that are available on the Binance Futures platform. Whenever you are, let's say, on the market, you're on the main market, let's say on your app, you always look out for the coins for any pair that's having perpetual attached to the ending. Any coin that's having perpetual attached to the end, you just know that that coin has a futures contract. You can trade that coin on the futures platform. But if it's not having perpetual attached to it, just know it's a normal spot coin. It's a normal coin you can trade on spot.
Mm, mm. So I see there's USD, um, there are different markets there. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
a
yeah.
that's kind of like a categorization, right?
Yeah,
Putting all the
okay.
markets
Yeah.
in categories. Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, 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 sure. All right. There are two major. I will talk on the two major ones, which is the one that you actually need to know and the one you actually need to use. Okay, the two major types of futures perpetual contracts we have on the Binance platform. We have the USDM perpetual futures contract. That's you are trading any coin that's paired with USDT, and we have the Coin M perpetual futures contract. That's for you are trading the coins you are trading their pairs. Let's say for example now BTC now. On the norms, if you are trading futures, any USDT pair futures, you are trading to earn USDT. You're trading to earn USDT. But when it comes to the coin M futures, the coin M trading aspect of futures, you are trading to get that particular coin pair. You grab.
Mm.
You're trying to get a particular coin pair when you place your trade. For example, now, if I want to let me talk about the USDM futures. If it's the USDM futures now, I'm on BNB USDT perpetual now. If I take a trade on BNB USDT perpetual now, my profit and everything, my profit, my losses and everything would be on USDT. Take note, as far as it's USDM futures perpetual contract, my profit and loss would be on USDT. But if I'm on the CoinM aspect, if I'm on the CoinM futures, CoinM we have two parts: CoinM perpetual and CoinM delivery. But we'll talk about that. We'll expatiate on it later. But the major thing you need to know is the CoinM perpetual, whereby you have, let's say, for example, now let me use BNB again. We have BNB USDT, BNB USD, not USDT actually, BNB USD perpetual. And for the BNB USD perpetual now, you okay, look at it here. Once you place a trade on the BNB USD perpetual now, your profit or your losses would be on BNB when it comes to Coin M futures aspect, Coin M perpetual. When you're trading perpetual futures contract on the Coin M, your profit or losses would be on BNB. But if it's the BNB USDT, your profit or losses would be on USDT. That's it.
All right, sure. Makes a lot of sense. 1 second. I think finally we will touch on a few things first. Let me see what we have left on the plate. Okay, so Hillary, I think the both of you will tackle this before we go. You're going
All
to
right.
assume you are interested in taking a trade action. Let's start with Vincent since your screen is shared. You are going to assume that you would like to take a trade action, and you're going to show us what
All
possible
right.
indicators you use to trade a futures trade action. Just show us the indicators you are familiar with.
Okay, personally, as an analyst, I'm a technical analyst, and personally, for my own preference, I don't use indicators to trade. I trade normal price action with my basic understanding of the support and resistance, the chart patterns, and even trend line liquidities. You grab. So I am not the type that actually use trading indicators to make my trade decisions. I make my trade decisions based on okay, after I identify the support and resistance levels on the chart, the market structures, okay, this market is forming either a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, that's a bearish market structure or a bullish market structure. I identify those things before I make my trading decisions rather than okay, get indicators for personal
Great,
reasons, for personal reasons.
great stuff. Hillary, what about you? Do you share the same sentiments as Vincent?
Okay, yes, I actually share the same sentiment that Vincent. For me, the most basic feature that I use is the support and the demand zone. So once I look at the support and the demand zone, and I'm seeing okay, I use support, demand, and volume. Yeah. So basically, that is support and resistance. That's what I'm trying to say. So I identify at
Yeah.
the point of resistances is where most likely I would short. Now, mind you, I would use my futures calculator to evaluate if the risk to reward for my trade will make a lot of sense. So if I look at okay, it's most likely that this price will hit the resistance and to go down, hit the resistance, go down, hit. So what will happen is I'll place a short at that resistance with a stop loss at most likely 10% above the resistance. hoping that I would take profits of 50%. So in that case, my risk to reward is 1:5. So basically, I prefer to use support and resistance. That is the most basic feature. The other ones are a bit more complicated, but these are the best way to go around it for every beginner.
Great stuff. Great stuff, guys. I think it makes sense because, like they said, the best ways to go about it for beginners are to use support and resistance levels. You basically know what a support means and what the resistance means. I think in our next class, we might look at um, um, best positions to take trades, using different indicators like they already mentioned. Those are like the best you can play with. But if you are interested in understanding a lot more about trading indicators, you can actually go to Binance Academy to take a short course around crypto trading and investment, and you can basically learn how to read set signals, read the indications, and jump in and out of trades. Before we go, guys, I would like to share with you, links to our Telegram communities where you can basically join and ask questions, have direct connections with the angels in those communities. We are present in so many communities across Africa. So I just dropped the links in the chat. Please do well to join any of those communities where you reside. Find ways to familiarize with the admins. Ask them questions when you have any, and if you have any technical related issues, you can also reach out to the admins and they would assist as much as possible. All right, before we go, guys, I'll take your final, comments, because I know this product is one of the most tedious products on the Binance.com ecosystem. That is why even when Vincent started, Vincent talked about the fact that you have to pass a test before you allowed access to trading features on Binance. So Binance is not really interested in making you lose funds. Binance wants to be sure that you have a fair knowledge of how the features trading product works, and then you're allowed access to the product. So, Vincent, give us your final words, and then the same with Hilary before we call it a wrap. Let's start with Vincent.
All right. So all right, a basic run through, or let's say a little advice when it comes to you trading futures. First of all, you should not just jump into trading futures with vibes and inshallah, as most people would do here in the crypto space in Nigeria. I think you should actually make sure you make your research. Like now, you having this particular class now is actually a big advantage to you now. You've known the few features that could actually be an advantage to you before you start embarking on trading futures. So always make sure you carry out your technical know-hows before you embark on placing a trade. Make sure you make your research. Make sure you're not trading with higher leverage. Make sure you have a good with a very high leverage. I mean, make sure you have a good risk appetite, and make sure you do your due research before you enter any particular cryptocurrency pair, because this market is very volatile. So one major thing you should know is just know the technical know-how, and don't enter without full knowledge and understanding of how the futures interface work. So I hope you learned a thing or two from this event and this lecture. That is basically.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Let's go to Hilary. Hilary, your final words.
Okay, my final words are a sequel to what Vincent said. I'm adding voice to him. Basically, the first thing is do not over leverage. Don't do that. Don't over leverage. It's not advisable to do that. Then, secondly, don't trade what you more than what you can afford to lose. That is very important. Don't trade more than what you can afford to lose, right? And then three is do your own research. Don't know nobody probably you could see some signals and you want to place trades and all of that. It is advisable. Do your own research, do your own finding. That is why the place of you learning cannot be underestimated, right? So you have to also learn, they have to also master the act. And like Emperor BTC would say, keep trading. The more you trade, the more you understand the market. Simply, this market, these prices that we see, they are just basically people's reactions, people's emotions that reflect in these
Exactly.
prices. So if you can really learn how fundamental analysis work, how features analysis, technical analysis also work, and with a bit of risk management and trading psychology, trust me, you'll be able to maximize profits and minimize loss. That's the idea behind trading. So you have to understand, you have to master the act, and to what is the key ingredient to mastering the act is you have to also realize that you cannot influence the markets, right? We are all students of the markets. You cannot place trades and be praying to God, let this price come up. It's not done. It's not. I've been in several cases where people were in that category. So basically, the summary is don't afford what you cannot, don't trade what you cannot afford to lose. Reduce your risk appetite. Don't over leverage until you've gotten to understand how it works. So probably in your first trade, you can start with 1% of your portfolio or 0.5% of your portfolio. 1%, you shovel between that small range. Use 5x leverage, 3x leverage. Once you've been able to master and understood how it works, right? Opening your mind to learning and connecting with other professional traders, improving on your strategies. Trust me, you will be able to do well on the long run because you are working with the market flexibilities and dynamics. But if
Mm.
beyond this, well, it's not going to be profitable. So protect capital, protect your profit using the trailing stop loss feature. And lastly, ensure you attend events like this. It's with events like this that you'll be able to understand, be able to pick one or two experiences from those who are successful in that field. You'll be able to get one or two strategies that you could add to yours that will make you more profitable in the market. To attend events like this, ask questions, network with people in that space, and trust me, in no time you would do well than you were before now. So that's basically my advice for those who are attending.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you guys so much for stopping by at the Blockchain Student Corner. Thank you for sharing your ideas and giving your final words of encouragement. For me, I think, guys, you the community, be in a community that share the same goals. That way, it's easy for you, to progress from point A to point B. If you're trying to learn crypto trading and you find yourself only in communities where they are sharing comedy skits, I'm not sure you'll be able to, perfect the act of trading, right? So find yourselves in environments that support what you're trying to imbibe. Anyways, thank you guys for your time. I think till will come your way, maybe next week or the week after. We'll be talking on some other product feature on the Binance.com interface. Thank you everyone for your time and have a great day.
All right.
Bye
My pleasure.
guys.
Bye. See you all soon.
So